What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Ryan G, and I am back again with another video. Guys, I actually did a video yesterday in which it was a highly requested video. You guys wanted to, allow me to do a video in which I had a different perspective on the channel, right? So basically, I had someone, who I'm currently talking to. She was on the video. We did like an audio video yesterday, right? In which we talked about, attraction, a little bit of law of attraction, right? We didn't really get into any technical stuff about the law of attraction, but we talked about basically in layman's terms, right? What women are attracted to versus what men are attracted to, right? We talked a little bit about, dating apps and the whole situation with, Tinder, Bumble, who has an advantage, who has a disadvantage, right? So this video right here in particular that you guys see me in, this video might be uploaded first before the other one because, I need to make sure I edit the last one, edit that video. But, stay tuned for that because y'all really wanted a female perspective, right, on the channel. And, I listened to you all and I was like, you know what? I need to have somebody else, another actual woman who understands a lot of these things, and she wants to actually voice her opinion and talk about, the way she feels from a female perspective, right? I want to see another side of the whole situation. So the video is not too long, right? But stay tuned for that, man. By the end of the day, I should be able to upload it. But this video in particular, right? We're talking about how you should create the life that you want, right? You should create the type of life that you want to live, right? Now, I had a email, right? I had a guy that sent me an email. He's like 22 years old. He sent me an email about last week, right? He was talking about how he would, be on Instagram and he would look at all these IG stories, right? And you'll see people just, just living their life, right? Now, some of these people are people that he knew back in school, right? In the circle, you'll see different guys, having fun, going to Vegas, in Miami. And, it's the summertime right now, so a lot of people are going out to the beach and doing different things. So a lot of events are happening, right? So that's what he's basically saying. He's saying that he will see a lot of people on his Instagram doing different things, right? So he was talking about how it's just unfair how other people are living, they're living their best life, but he can't, he's not having fun, right? He probably live in a, environment where there's nothing really going on. He doesn't see any opportunity to, mingle with people and things like that. So he lives in an isolated type of environment where it's just boring to him, right? Now, he's 22 years old and he's complaining about all these different things, right? Which is absolutely normal. Most guys in their 20s are not at the level that they want to be, right? And they're trying to figure out where did they go wrong, right? So I told him, and I replied, was that you want to create the type of lifestyle that you want. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you got to, find a way to become rich and all that type of, shit. I'm not really talking about that in particular. I'm talking about try and figure out who you are first, right? And I say this a lot in my videos, right? Because a lot of people out here are lost. They're only going with the flow and they're going with the pack. They're following other people. Like majority of people that you see are not necessarily they don't know what's really going on. Like they don't know what they really want out of life, right? So first thing you got to do that I told him is that you have to know what you really want, right? Not what somebody else you see on Instagram or Twitter, whatever. Yeah, sure, you might want a lot of women around you and things like that that you see what other guys have going on, right, in certain environments, and probably you want that too. Nothing wrong with that, but what do you really want, right? Because essentially you want to make yourself happy, You understand? But another thing I want to touch on here is that on Instagram and when you on social media, all these platforms, you're not necessarily seeing the negative side of what people are experiencing in their lives, right? Guys, you have to understand that everyone is going through some sort of challenge, a trial, but they're not going to highlight these things on Instagram or Snapchat. They're not going to do that, right? They're not going to highlight, how they look when they just got out of bed, right? They're not going to highlight the arguments that they have with their family members, co-workers, whoever. They're not going to highlight them getting rejected. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to highlight these types of things. They're going to highlight, when they're having fun, you right? When they're going out, when they look their best. So don't be fooled by the lens that you see on these social media platforms, right? But what I tell guys all the time is that you shouldn't just watch what other people are doing, right? Because, it takes a lot out of your time to sit around all day watching IG stories, Snapchat stories, and your whole day is basically almost over and you haven't really done anything with your own life, right? You kind of just working the same job, right? You're just clicking on these stories every day as a habit. So what I tell guys is not to consume too much of what's going on, but you can use that as a motivation to say, hey, I want to have fun, right? Not necessarily like how the people in your circle or the people that you follow on IG, your close friends, whoever, not necessarily like how they're having fun and how they're traveling, but you want to reach a certain, certain part of your life where you want to do things, right? You want things to continuously happen around you, right? So in order for that to happen is that you have to kind of put aside consuming too much of what other people's doing and kind of focus on you. Focus on what can you do in order to put yourself in that position where you're going to be able to have a life where there's always things going on. So does that mean you have to probably move, right, to an environment where there's more things going on? Does that mean you're probably going to have to go find a job where, it pays you more, right? So you can be able to have more opportunities to eventually, buy a house, right? Or save money. What are some steps that you can take in order to change your overall situation? So that's why I say you create the lifestyle that you want to live, right? Now, not everyone's going to be rich. Not everyone's going to be wealthy. Not everyone's going to be like Drake or, LeBron James. Most people are actually considered to be average. You understand? Most people are average, right? A lot of these people that you see sometimes that are living these luxurious lifestyles, they're in that top 1%. Now, you still can have fun. That's where a lot of people get things wrong. Like, a lot of people feel like, oh, I'm not making a lot of money, so I can't do things to have fun, right? There's a lot of people that are living paycheck to paycheck, or they're, I would say, low class, right? Meaning that, they don't really have that much money. They don't have that much, things that's coming in, right? But they still set aside time to do things that doesn't really require that much of an expense. They have picnics, they go to barbecues, they go to festivals, they go to fairs, there's so many things that you can actually do to have fun that doesn't require that much expense. So you look at all these, people that you follow on Instagram, whatever, and you see that they're going out of town, they're going to Vegas, and you're looking at things from one lens. And that's the problem, right? But the guy in the email that I said, he's 22 years old. He has so many years ahead of him, right? He's single. He told me he doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have any responsibilities. So my best advice to him is to really figure out what he wants out of life. You know what I'm saying? Either does he want to go back to school in order to better himself, find that passion that you're looking for, right? And then Well, most likely he stays with his family, some sort of, you know, guardian or parent, whoever. He probably still stays. You know, he didn't really specify, but I'm assuming at 22 years old, you know, he's still trying to figure out himself, right? Try and break down things and use whatever you see on your social media platforms as motivation. Do not be envious or jealous of what you see, right? Because it's so easy to, you know, to kind of think to yourself like, wait, that's so unfair. How is this? All these people doing all these different things, and I can't do it, right? Use it as motivation. Create the type of lifestyle that you want, right? You see, you don't have to have a lot of money to have fun and be happy and be contented with who you are as a person and whatever you got around you. You don't need all that. You first have to figure out what you really want out of life and what, you know, you're destined to do. Like what is the main thing that you want to work on, right, in order to get to that particular level. But guys, that's it for the video. Hope you guys were able to get something out of this video, man. I send a message all the time in these vids, right?